Hey guys, good morning. It is Friday. Happy Friday to you guys, September 14th. Um, Sorry I didn't do a night video last night. It was a pretty quiet night, I think. I might be updating this morning. So, first off, before we get started, um, I had a opportunity to watch some TV with the weather that's going on the East Coast, and having grown up on the East Coast, um, certainly want to reach out and say our prayers for all the folks in the Carolinas that are getting battered by this hurricane down there. So certainly thinking about them at this moment. Um, so please take a moment to kind of think about those folks and appreciate what you've got where you are right now. Um, yeah. So a few things. Again, I repeat myself sometimes, and I apologize about that. But I was walking into Oklahoma City last night, yesterday afternoon, and a few cool things happened. I kind of got on a few live streams. For those of you who didn't see them, let me tell you about them real quick. And if it's repetitive, I apologize. I had a cool idea. I thought it was a cool idea early in the morning. Noticed that my path was going to take me right by the Oklahoma Children's Hospital, and I thought, how cool if I could stop in and share some stories of the nurses and doctors, of some of the patients, and let us get inspired by them, and in return, hopefully, maybe inspire them a little bit, drop off some trinkets, whatnot. Um, Gary Guttrell reached out on my behalf and tried to, ask them if it'd be okay, and basically we were shot down and said no. And I understand that, but then at the same time, on my live stream as I was walking, I was kind of thinking about it. It was kind of getting to me because I was saying to myself, if I call them up and said I had $1,000 check and 5 Xbox games to give to these kids, they'd welcome me probably in a heartbeat. And there's that hypocrisy that I have a hard time dealing with sometimes. So I did the live stream, and again, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so I'm up and I'm down. And not long thereafter, this car of young ladies rolled up and asked me what I was doing. I told them, and they shared the story, and it was pretty neat. So it picked my spirits up. I actually walked right by the Children's Hospital. I was wrestling on that mile walk up to them. Should I just go into the cafeteria and hope there's a story and maybe I can meet somebody still, or do I feel like I'm being a stalker if I do that? And I realized that this journey has been all about the unknown. Things have been happening that I could never have imagined. So I decided to take my self and head up to the hotel that Glenna got me. On the way, just literally 300 yards from here, there's a construction site going on. And now I'm wearing the American flag on the back of my bag. And thank you to the gentleman started yelling out red, white, and blue. We started really getting pumped up, seeing the flag, and that was a really enlightening thing. And I got to the hotel, and really beautiful, beautiful hotel. Is it the AC Brown in Bricktown, Oklahoma City, or AC Bricktown? Beautiful hotel, and the front desk, which isn't the typical front desk, it's a giant cube. Patrick and Hamza welcomed me. Very, very nice, very sweet guys. They had a box waiting for me here, so I got some extra shirts, some clean stuff, a new shirt here you can see. As it gets cooler here in OKC, and I guess through the deserts at night, I'm going to need some longer stuff, so I got that sent to me. And it was a real nice gig. And then there's a knock on my door, and I got this little welcome bag and a card from the folks. I guess they heard what I'm doing and just said, hey, we really think it's pretty awesome what you're doing, and welcome. Before I say that, let me see. No, I said, well, I'll tell you what, guys, let me get showered up here. I'll come on down and talk to you a little bit. So I went down, took a picture with a few folks, great people. Chased the GM. As I've said time and time again on this journey, one of the craziest things about this journey for me has been the bonding with other single adult married men. As I've always said, I expected to reach the older generation. I expected to reach the moms. I didn't anticipate the connection I'd have with the guys. Well, and I think one of the things happened here that has opened my eyes to a lot of maybe why some media isn't necessarily going bonkers over the thing. A lot of these folks here heard, hey, this guy's coming to stay with you and he's walking across America, and that is true. I am doing that, and that's kind of a neat thing. And that's what people hear, and that's what that grabs their attention. So when I got to the front desk, I was talking about 4 or 5 of the employees, and I said, "Why are you walking across America?" And I shared the whole backstory of how my daughter made me point the thumb at myself and made me realize I changed who I was, and how I'm hoping to change, America just one person at a time by asking them to point the thumb, and how, prove to myself and my kids that people has been proven on this journey are really good people. It resonates. It has impact. People people identify with that. And I think that's the difference between meeting somebody in passing, which even I do. Just say, "Hey, I'm walking across America." Is a really cool backstory if you can take a look and follow it. But people may or may not follow it. They may not sign up and look at it. And if they sign up and look at it, it is a really cool story. There's no downside to asking people to point the thumb at themselves and take accountability. The problem is getting those words out there. Sometimes people may not give you the time, and I think as a group, I think you guys are all supportive. You guys know the backstory, but when we convey it to other folks, we say, "Hey, this guy's walking across the country." So it's just an observation. It's not any kind of criticism, but because I shared why, it was something else that was really great that happened. So, hotel's beautiful. I sat outside. They had a live musician. I live streamed Jose Hernandez, and he was terrific. And just relaxing and getting my feet underneath me for the day. Had a couple beers, and then Chase, the GM, came down to see me. He said, "Man, I knew you walking across America, and I thought that was pretty awesome. But then when I heard the hows and the whys and what you're doing, it just really touched me." He's like, "I'm a single dad myself. I got a 12 and a 7-year-old, and I know." He says that it's a lot of pressure on me and things. I just really admire you and what you're doing. And we sat and we talked for a bit. And he said, "Look, I tell you what. If you don't have plans tomorrow night," which I didn't, because I'm waiting for the documentary guys to come into town. He's like, we got your room tomorrow night." So I was blessed to have these folks basically give me $150 to $190 a night room in downtown Oklahoma City, which is pretty remarkable. So much thanks to Chase and the folks here at the AC Brown in Bricktown. And then just another one of those weird, funny observations. About 9 o'clock last night, I guess I want to run out to hopefully a mini mart and find some my Diet Coke fix and my chocolate fix. So I went out probably about 9:30, and I had to laugh because I'm right in the downtown area, which I guess is where the clubs and restaurants are. And the few clubs right to the right of me, they seem to be almost shut down at 9 o'clock, and I think that's kind of odd. It's Thursday night. I think they'd be open Friday night, tonight. Well, as I walked back from the little mini mart, 9:30, I see them putting out the velvet ropes for these clubs. So it dawned on me, this is a way of life I know nothing of. But these places don't even open up until 10 o'clock at night, or maybe 11 o'clock at night. So these are all night party places. I just had to laugh about that because it shows you how old and out of touch I am. That they're putting out velvet ropes at 9:30 at night. Anyway, so today's plans. I've got to get a laundromat here in town. I got to get some wash done. There's not one here at the hotel. I've got to do some stuff at the business office. A few people have ordered shirts, which you can do. A few people have ordered the window decals for the car, which you can do. They're on the website, www.pttjourney.com. I ask you to go there and please take a look at those. The window decals in particular. I got some business stuff to take care of today. I got to go to the pharmacy and get some things. I got to take care of another gig. And then from here, about a mile, a little more than a mile and 1.2 miles from here is the Oklahoma City Memorial. So I'm going to pack my stuff up and get organized here, and I'm going to head over to the memorial later this morning, early afternoon, and share that with you guys. I'm excited for that. And then I'm back here tomorrow. I've got to make it to a town called Calumet. In Calumet, luckily, Scott and Jim were helping me out, kind of planning the trip. Scott's sending me the battery packs that I need to get through the desert. He's mailing them there. Challenge I got is there's a couple little towns 15 miles outside of here. So the first one's 15, the next one's 30. You know, when Jim had said, hey, there's a KOA, Campground of America, just outside of the one town, I didn't check. I assumed it was the first town. In fact, it's the second town. So I got to get about 41 miles sometime by tomorrow, so to make it to Calumet. So I'll be figuring that out today as we go, and we'll go from there. All right. So I love you guys. Thank you for following. Sorry I go up and down. It's just who I am. It's what I am. Not trying to get you guys depressed. You know, it's just who I am. I snap out of it quickly in the moment. I know folks like, Jim, smile. You look down. You know, this has been an amazing journey. There are 3 songs that made me think of my kids yesterday or along the way. I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe I could try to find a computer downstairs and upload it myself without having to ask you guys to do so. Anyway, love you, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. All right? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Kira, Grace, Landon, I love you guys. Talk to you soon.